Hey, good morning, everybody. Sitting out on the patio drinking some coffee. Want to make a quick video today. I've been getting a lot of questions from people about the stock market, what to think, like what are we in for, when's it going to rebound. So wanted to give you my thoughts on it and a couple of stock ideas that I'm looking at for the long term. So certainly there's a lot of negative headwinds in the market right now with inflation, with the whole war in Russia or between Russia and Ukraine. Just a lot of negative factors that are creating headwinds for the markets. So I think the important thing for most of us to remember is that we should have a long-term mindset when it comes to investing. So I'm thinking out at least 5-10 years before I'm even thinking about touching my money. So for me, this is a great buying opportunity. One of the great ways to do that is by using index funds like the S&P 500 and NASDAQ index funds. NASDAQ's already down close to 30% from its recent highs. So could the market fall further? Certainly, but I'm looking this as a buy the dip opportunity for the long term, just banking on the U.S. economy to rebound. You know, it might take a year, it might take 2 years, but honestly, as a long-term investor, I really don't care. Certainly in the short term, the beating that my portfolio has taken has hurt, but I'm taking that long-term mindset and looking to put extra capital to work. So with that in mind, I wanted to talk about some individual stocks that I'm personally buying that I think are at great buying opportunities for the long-term investor, right? So let's take a sip. So I want to talk first about a few growth stocks that I'm really looking at, or that I've been adding to my personal positions, and I will say that I am long on all these stocks, meaning I own all of them myself. So the first one is Palantir, a company that innovates in technology. This stock is down just a ton, like 80+% from where it was on recent highs. I think they have a great competitive advantage in their market. Stock ticker is PLTR. It's well under $10 a share right now, so for me, it's one that I've been adding to. Another one is ChargePoint. CHPT is the ticker. This is a huge player in the EV charging realm. Certainly, a lot of expectations with the Build Back Better plan that the Democrats haven't been able to pass yet, but I think it's only a matter of time before more government spending is done in the infrastructure of EV charging, and ChargePoint will hugely benefit from that. Another one that I'm really into is called Jumia Technologies, ticker JMIA. Some refer to this one as the Africa e-commerce, or the Amazon of Africa. Another thing that they really have going for them is a huge infrastructure of logistics that allow them to move products all across Africa. This stock is also down huge from its recent highs, and I've been adding to my position in Jumia. Another one is a fintech company called SoFi, SOFI. They've been growing like crazy, but because they're still a smaller company and they're still in their growth phase, their stock has just taken an absolute beating. It doesn't help that the Biden administration continues to put a moratorium on student loans. So that's a huge sector that will benefit them greatly once that moratorium is removed. So I think SoFi is a huge investment opportunity for the future, and I've been adding to my position in that one. Last growth stock that I'll mention is NIO. Our ticker is NIO. So they're a large electric vehicle manufacturer, but based out of China. So they have a lot going negative for them right now. First, Chinese stocks are getting beaten up, and then just the EV growth stocks in general are getting beaten up. So those are 5 growth stocks that I've personally been adding to, amongst others. A couple of like bigger companies that I think provide great buying opportunities right now. Amazon is down to almost $2,000 a share. Of course, you can buy fractional shares on platforms such as Robinhood. It was up near 4,000 recently. So for me, as a long-term investor, I look at Amazon as a great buying opportunity. I haven't added to my position on Amazon. I already was holding a handful of shares, but I'm looking to add some more shares here soon. Another one is Facebook, or now Meta. Stock ticker is still FB. Like them or hate them, they still have a strong foothold in social media. but I really like what they've done in preparing for the oncoming change into the metaverse, and I think that they will be a huge player in that space. Those are two larger companies that I'm really into, and I think provide great buying opportunities right now. Another one is Ford. So a lot of people are like, Ford, what's up? So Ford pays a nice dividend, but also Ford's electric vehicle segment is really growing. GM's as well. I think GM and Ford are both great buying opportunities for the long term. But I've personally been adding to my Ford position via long option calls. So if you want to talk options, hit me up on that. But I think Ford is a huge opportunity right now, down around $12 a share. It was over 20 recently. So I think that Ford is a great play for the future, and I think that their EV sector is going to be huge. They cannot make their electric F-150s fast enough. Another large company that I'm really into is AMD. So they make the processors that fuel everything. Them and NVIDIA have a huge play in the processor realm. Any electronic, they're also going to be huge players in the metaverse. But AMD is one that I think is a great buying opportunity now at well under $100 a share. So I've been adding to my position in AMD. And then lastly, the one I'll mention is Shopify. So Shopify has taken an absolute beating. They're a huge player in the e-commerce space, helping creators create their own e-commerce pages. Was up around $1,700 a share not that long ago, and is now in the 300s. So I am already holding a lot of Shopify, so I have not added to my position, but if it drops much more, I'll probably add to my position. So those are some companies that I've been looking at and adding to, with the exception of Shopify, for my long-term hold positions, as well as buying index funds. So take that long-term mindset to the stock market right now. Sure, it's brutal. I don't like it. You don't like it. But I have that time horizon of 20 years because I'm about to turn 40. I'm not going to touch my retirement funds or as little as possible of my brokerage accounts until I turn 60. So I'm looking at this as a great opportunity to put some extra cash to work. So those are my thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts if you have any, or if you have any questions. Again, do your own research on these companies. I am not a financial advisor, and I highly recommend you consult a financial advisor before you start buying individual stocks. So that's what I have for you today. Happy investing. Happy Friday. I'll talk to you soon. See you.